Welcome to 10 Haunted Places. Here, we will give 5 mentions and 5 detailed locations based on information, evidence, and personal experience. These are in no particular order, so let's get started with the mentions. Before we start with the detailed locations, make sure to hit the like button to show your support and appreciation, and also feel free to subscribe. And now, for our 5 detailed locations. First up, we have the Beaumont Hotel in Beaumont, Kansas. The Beaumont Inn was built back in 1879 to serve as a stagecoach stop for passengers who were traveling between Wichita and Fredonia. However, when aviation became more popular, an airstrip was built and passengers would take a break mid-flight at the inn. The Beaumont is now a unique hotel that has been restored and upgraded with private baths, deluxe rooms, and fancy suites. It is also reputed to be one of the most haunted places in Kansas. At one time, the Beaumont was actually a brothel. Local legend states that one of the married women who worked there fell in love with a regular customer, and her enraged husband turned up one day and murdered his wife's lover, a cowboy named Zeke. Today, staff and guests alike have reported seeing a translucent figure of a cowboy at the top of the stairs. He's a little mischievous. Zeke's ghost has a penchant for moving chairs and placing them behind doors so that guests struggle to open the doors. However, the most common paranormal event at the hotel involves the clock radios in the bedrooms. Every so often, every single one of them will go off at the same time, usually between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. Guests have also reported unexplained banging and the sound of spurs jangling. Dare to stay the night? Stoll Cemetery in Douglas County. Stoll Cemetery is a lonely place in rural Kansas. There is a crumbling stone church and a tiny graveyard. It may be small, but it is considered to be one of the most haunted places in Kansas, and there is a terrifying story connected to it. Through the years, rumors persist that witches and/or the occult groups are still using the church for dark rituals. There has been a connection to witchcraft in the cemetery for some time now. In the 1800s, a gnarled pine tree was used to hang witches. However, not too long ago, the tree was struck by lightning and had to be cut down for safety reasons. There's an all but forgotten trail called the Devil's Road, and it has a strange history. It is said that a man somehow managed to set fire to his own son by accident, and on another occasion, a man was discovered hanging from a tree by the trail. However, the most well-known story relates to a hidden flight of stone steps in the woods that sits close to the church. The legend states that the entrance to these stairs opens up on Halloween and on the spring equinox. Anyone who finds the stairs will descend them and find a gate to hell at the bottom. There are also reports that at midnight on Halloween, the devil appears in the Stoll Cemetery to visit the grave of the witch who bore him a child. Sometimes that child is said to manifest in the surrounding woods in the form of a wolf. It's really no wonder that locals say the land on which Stoll Cemetery site has been cursed for all of eternity. McIntyre Villa, Atchison, Kansas. As many homes in the area stand out, none stand out like the villa. A beautifully built home from the late 1800s, it's now part of the city's ghost tour, and for good reason. Throughout its existence, the home had seen a few deaths. A suicide on the second floor and the passing of another in a rocking chair on the first floor are two of the most notable. Within the walls of the villa, the sounds of footsteps can be heard. Objects have been caught on camera being moved, and many paranormal teams have captured EVP. The attic is one of the many hotspots and a favorite for investigators. The 1858 Garnett House Hotel, Garnett, Kansas. This building has stood the test of time and the winds of change, evident by the structure's lean, which it has done so for over 100 years. Morphing from a hotel, school, doctor's office, and residence throughout the years, this building has seen a wide variety of notable figures. Though its rich history is remarkable, it's what resides there now that leaves people in disbelief. The spirits here are interactive and have been known to move objects. Voices call out in the night, and some have even heard growls and hissing. Whether it's a suspected murderer or an outlaw from the Wild West, one thing is for certain: this place is definitely haunted. The Brown Mansion, Coffeyville, Kansas. Built in the early 1900s, the Brown family seemed to have good fortune, but experienced some misfortune. The family had 3 children pass away, one at birth, one less than 2 years of age, and the other at the age of 11. One child grew to adulthood, but would eventually pass while living in the home. The parents had also passed whilst living there. The haunting at this home seems to have it all. Here you can expect to encounter shadow figures, hear audible voices, and various other sounds. Some guests have even felt physical encounters and seen objects and doors move. Known to make a believer out of skeptics, the level of activity in this home makes it one of, if not, the most haunted places in Kansas. Well, that concludes our 10 haunted places list. If you know of a place that you feel should be on this list, write it down in the comments below and tell us where and why. And if you want extra content and early access to videos, you can join our Patreon page at www.patreon.com/Boogeyman Radio or by clicking the link in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.